You know, we always look up at the stars and talk about space as the final frontier. But what if I told you the most alien world, the last great frontier, is right here on our own planet? We're going on a journey to the deepest, darkest corners of our oceans to meet the incredible, and frankly bizarre, creatures that call it home.
So, think about it. What could possibly survive in a place with zero sunlight and pressure that can literally crush steel? It's a question that stumped scientists for ages. The assumption was, well, nothing. But as it turns out, the real answers are stranger and more amazing than anyone could have guessed.
Our destination is a place called the Hadal Zone. And yep, it's named after Hades, the Greek underworld, for a very good reason. This isn't just the deep. These are massive, gaping trenches in the seafloor, creating one of the most extreme environments you can find on Earth.
To really get what these animals are up against, let's talk about pressure. It's over 1,000 times greater than what you and I feel right now. Try to imagine having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. That's the kind of force we are dealing with here. It's just insane.
Here's another way to picture the sheer scale of this place. If you could take Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on the planet, and drop it into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. That's how deep we're going.
So you can probably understand why, for the longest time, scientists just wrote this place off. The combination of that crushing pressure, the freezing cold, and the total darkness, it seemed like a biological dead end. But, as we're about to see, life, finds a way.
Okay, let's start our descent into the Hadal Zone. We're dropping through the dark, watching that pressure gauge just climb and climb as we get ready to meet some of the locals.
And here's our first stop, 7,000 meters. We are officially inside the Hadal Zone now, a place where very few humans have ever been, even with the most high-tech submarines. And yet, would you look at that? We're already seeing signs of life. And what's amazing is how wonderfully weird everything is right off the bat. We're not talking about simple microbes. These are complex creatures like the Dumbo octopus, the grenadier fish, and the fantastically named sea pig. You just can't make this stuff up.
Let's just focus on this guy for a second, the Dumbo octopus. You can see where it gets the name, with those huge ear-like fins. It's the deepest octopus we know of, and in a world where every single calorie counts, it doesn't waste energy jetting around. Instead, it just gracefully glides through the abyss, saving its strength.
All right, we're not stopping here. We're going even deeper now, really pushing the limits of what we thought was possible for a complex animal with a spine. We are officially on the hunt for the deepest fish in the world.
We've just hit 8,000 meters. Now, this is a really big deal. From a biological standpoint, this should be the absolute limit for any animal with a backbone. The pressure is so intense, it should basically shred their cells. And yet, something is down here, swimming in the dark.
Meet the champions of the deep, two species of snailfish. The Mariana snailfish holds the record, spotted at nearly 8,200 meters. Now, you might picture some kind of armored, super dense fish, but they're the complete opposite. They're ghostly, fragile, almost see-through, just floating effortlessly while they hunt for tiny crustaceans.
So how in the world is that even possible? Well, it turns out they have a biological superpower. Their cells are loaded with special molecules called piezolites. You can think of them like a microscopic internal scaffolding inside every single cell, holding everything together so it doesn't just get flattened. It's an absolutely brilliant adaptation. And it's not just the fish. Sharing this crazy habitat are things like these polychaete worms. Their survival trick is totally different, but just as clever. Their proteins are just built to be more flexible, so instead of breaking under the pressure, they just bend. It's another evolutionary masterpiece.
Okay, time for the grand finale of our trip. We're going all the way to the bottom, to the deepest points known to humanity, where the very rules of life seem to get rewritten. Let's find the true champions of the deep. Welcome to the Crush Zone. We are now over 10,000 meters down, in the deepest part of the Mariana Trench. A fish couldn't survive here. Their biology just gives out. But that doesn't mean it's empty. Oh no. This is where the real record holders live.
So here they are. Let's look at the podium. We've got an unnamed species of jellyfish, a delicate Hadal snail, and taking the gold medal, a tiny shrimp-like creature called the Hadal amphipod, found just shy of an incredible 11,000 meters deep.
So what's the amphipod's secret? It's got armor, but it's not what you think. It actually pulls aluminum out of the seafloor sediment and creates a protective gel coating.
This armor literally stops its own shell from dissolving under the insane corrosive pressure. It builds its defenses right from the world around it.
The Hadal snail is just as amazing. A normal shell would be turned to powder instantly down here. But this snail shell is different. It's thin, it's flexible, and it's partly organic. This allows it to bend and deform under the pressure instead of just shattering. It's a beautiful piece of natural engineering.
All right, as we start to head back up from this incredible world, let's just take a second to reflect on what we've seen. This isn't just a collection of strange creatures. It's a testament to the raw, relentless power of evolution. I mean, think about the challenges life has to overcome here. You have perpetual, total darkness. You have that astronomical pressure. The water is barely above freezing. And finding food is incredibly hard. And yet, against all those odds, life thrives. These animals aren't just clinging to existence. They've built entire complex ecosystems in a place we once thought was completely sterile. They are rewriting what we thought was biologically possible.
And this brings us to one last, really mind-bending thought. We have explored less of our own deep ocean than we have the surface of Mars. Every single dive brings back new discoveries, new species, new biological rules. It just makes you wonder, if these are the incredible organisms we already know about, what other marvels of evolution are still down there, waiting in the endless dark?